Hi, this is Jill coming to you today to do a plan with me, or a flip through, or a review, I guess, excuse me, of my One Book July. The challenge this year was to read the book The Bullet Journal Method by Ryder Carroll. Ryder Carroll is the person that invented the bullet journal system, and this book is pretty much a book on why he developed it, why it works, and how to make it work for you. So I've always been intrigued with bullet journaling, and I thought when I heard the challenge for this year's One Book July, I thought that would be a great challenge for me to do. I love planning. I love, stickers. I love the washi. I love all that decorative stuff. But there's something about the bullet journal that just I gravitate to. Maybe it's the simplicity of it. I'm not artistic by any means, so I can't do the elaborate layouts that other people seem to do. But that's what I like about what Ryder Carroll discusses in his book, is about using it in a way that makes sense to you, in a way that works for you, and to just be simple about it. So this is week 2 of what we've been doing, and I started out in my Pocket TN by, this is a Chic Sparrow, the aubergine purple leather, and I started out using some printable inserts from I believe it was Plannerpedia and a few others, but I have since changed that up a little bit. Right now I do have this month review, and this one is from, I don't know if it says anywhere on it or not. I will have to find the Etsy shop that I got this out of. But basically it's just a monthly calendar. Has a place to keep track of birthdays, a place to keep track of special events that are coming up, a place to keep track of bills that are coming up that need to be paid, and then it has a place for goals, things you want to do more of or less of, some memories, and a place to look ahead, look back, things you did this month, overall this month was, and next month what do you hope to do. So I liked that layout. I like having a calendar that I can look at, that I can color code for different things. So that's that insert. And the insert that I was using, I went ahead and switched it out to a Moleskine pocket-sized dot grid booklet. So I have my index here in the front. I don't have many things in there yet, but I did a future log where I have a month drawn out for each month all the way through December. And I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do with this blank page here, but I'll figure something out, I guess. Then I have a monthly log, and because of the size of this booklet, I had to, normally you would keep it just on one page, but I had to do the 25th through the 31st on this page, and then a place for monthly tasks. So I have that there, and then this is my daily log, and this has been going well. I did this first week, starting with Monday because that was the first, and running all the way through Sunday. And I'm doing both work and home in here. So I might, code, or I might write work for the things that I'm doing for work. And then home things I may put personal, or I may just do it after what I list for work. And I just ran my days one right after the other. So that was the first week. This was this past week. Again, starting with Monday, I have things that I did for work, things that were personal. Tuesday, my sister and I did a day trip. We took our kids to a young adult camp that was about 5.5 hours away. So that was a long day, where we drove up and drove back in the same day. And then I have Wednesday. Wednesday took up a whole page just by itself. I had work things on there, and then I had a lot of personal things that I needed to take care of. And then Thursday, again, I have work and personal, and that pretty much took up a day. Friday was a little bit not quite as busy. I had just a few things that needed to be done at work, or things that I was able to get done at work here. And then I had my personal things up top. Saturday, my sister and I drove back up to pick up our kids, and we stayed overnight in San Antonio because my niece flew out this morning for a week in California. So this has been the second week, and I've kept to the same layout, starting the day, writing down what I'll be doing for work. If I have any personal things that need to be done, then I write those down. But I'm also missing the decorative part of it. So for this week, this upcoming week, I decided that I'm going to use just a little bit of decoration. So like I did Sunday, I started it at the hotel before we left. And I used just a little bit of washi at the top of each day just to add a little bit of color and a little bit of decoration. But then I still stuck to just the minimal bullet journal items. So that is probably what I will do for this week. We're going into the third week, so the third section of Ryder Carroll's book is about the system. And so it's talking about task lists, journal and planner, and when they all come together, that's what a bullet journal is. And I liked, he gives an overview of how to use the layout, what you need to put in there, and you can do it the way he has it here, or you can make it be whatever you want. I like the minimal way that bullet journaling works. The main ideas are to what the topics and pagination do. They identify and describe content. They serve as an opportunity for you to clarify your intention, and they set the agenda for the content. And that's the reason why you need an index, just so you can find things in your planner. It talks about the bullets. The bullets are things that you need to do, which are tasks, your experiences, which are events, or your information you don't want to forget, which would be notes. And you can put those in your planner however you would like. And he gives you an idea of symbols to use, how to put events in there, how to do notes. You want to try to do it as minimal as you can, just with enough information that you know what's going on. Talks about signifiers and custom bullets, using the rapid logging system, and then it goes into collections. Now, I haven't really done a whole lot of collections. I guess the daily log is considered a collection, but that's he talks about, people always ask him, how much space do you give each day? And like I showed in my book, I just ran the days one right after the other as the space allowed. Shows you how to do a monthly log and a future log. Now in his future log, he just listed the month and then what would be taking place in that month. I like to actually see a calendar, so that's why I drew out calendars in mine. And then he goes into the reason for having an index. and how important that is. How to number your pages, how to thread if you have an idea that's on, like on page 10, or you're on page 51, but you have something on here that also references back to something on page 10, and the same here. You have something on page 52 that references on page 160. So it talks about migration, how to move things from one day to the next that you don't complete, and just talks about reviewing your layout every night or every morning, and just migrating things that you weren't able to complete to the next day, or forgetting about them completely if you realize it's not something that needs to be done. That was week 2. So that was what was covered in the week that I just did. Week 3 that's coming up is talking about action and belief, and the practice. So that's going to talk more about how to use the information you've been given to make this bullet journal work for you. And again, it's about what does work for you. You can make it what you want it to be, what it needs to be for you. And I'm doing this in this pocket because I do use this as my wallet. So I just have that small little booklet in there that I'm doing the bullet journal method in. And then I also have a booklet in here for lists or notes that I want to keep track of. And then this one is my running check register, and I started to do a blood glucose log, which I did Monday and Tuesday, and then I kind of forgot about it. So that's something I need to work on more, because that is something I need to track better. But I'm also doing this in this Leuchtturm 1917 bullet journal book, and it's pretty much the same as it is in my pocket. I have the index, I have my future log, and then I have my monthly log with the monthly tasks, which I can cross off. Well, I can't cross that off yet because I haven't done it, so I need to still do that, and I need to do the second thing on there. So again, the first week was kind of just running the days one right after the other. I found, I wanted to be sure I could reference this note about sizes for a different planner of mine that I want to make some headers for. So I highlighted that, but I haven't referenced it anywhere. I just figured if I highlighted it, I would be able to find it again when I needed to. And then the second week started here on Sunday. I put a line to designate that this was the beginning of a new week. And then I have Tuesday through Thursday here, and again I have work and personal, or work and personal, just depends on how much room I need. Friday, Saturday, and I want to start my weeks on a fresh page. So I had all this space left here at the bottom of page 12, so I decided to just do a little journaling of the trip that my sister and I took to go pick up our kids at camp, and some things that we did. We had a good time laughing with the kids, hearing about the fun they had at camp, and I just wanted to document that. So that was a great place to do that and to use up that space. And then again, for the beginning of the week, I decided to use washi. So I have Sunday here, the things we did today. I still have one item that I need to take care of, and then I already wrote out what I need to do at work tomorrow, the things I need to do for my personal things, and there's still a little bit of room here. If anything else comes up, I can always, if I have more stuff at work, I can do another column here. But that's what I'll be doing in this book. The same, using some washi just to give it a little bit of color and a little bit of decoration, and just continuing the simple bullet journal tasks and notes. So I feel like it's working well. It's still something that I'm getting used to, but I like the idea of it. I like the simplicity of it. I feel like it's easier, I guess, to keep track of things that need to be done. But like I said, I do miss using the stickers and the washi and the things like that. So I'm gonna try to find a happy medium somewhere if I can. But we'll go on to section 3 for this week and learn more about Ryder Carroll's thoughts on the bullet journal and how to use it for you. But I would suggest looking at other videos. I know Carrie Harling, who's one of the founders of One Book July. I watched a video of hers for her setup, and she had some things on there that were great ideas, because you have to make it work for you. So she doesn't do it specifically as the book says. She has created her own system using a lot of what's in here, but then also implementing things that work for her and her family and keeping track of things. Romany has a great video on her setup. The name of her channel is Romany's Realm. Carrie's is, you can look for her under Carrie Harling on YouTube. And Miss Vicky B is also one of the other founders, and she has some great videos. They're each doing things a little bit differently. So, if you watch them and you see something from any of them that you like, you can always implement it in your journal. And the other person that's doing it, I think, is Mimi. I can't think of what her name is or what her channel is, but if I find it, I'll link it below. And I believe she's doing a digital bullet journal. So, but if you just type into YouTube One Book July 2019, it should take you to the channel for One Book July, and you'll be able to access all those videos from each of those founding members and videos from people like me who are taking part in the One Book July and making it work for them. So I would suggest going to YouTube and looking for those things. You can find them on Instagram also. If you type in One Book July, I think it is, they have a Facebook page. So just do some hunting around, and I'm sure you'll find things that will help you make your bullet journal work for you. So on to week number 3. I hope you enjoyed this quick little video. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. If I don't know the answer, I can try to find it and point you in the right direction. If you liked this video, please press the like button. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, you can press the subscribe button. And if you'd like to follow me on Instagram, you can find me at Jilly Beans Planner Nook. So thanks again for watching this. I hope you have a great week, and I look forward to spending some time with you again making plans. So we'll see you next time.